Jason is looking for a second date update with a woman named Veronica. Hi, Jason. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing good. How are you?
Doing good. Are you nervous?
Yeah, a little bit.
I got that sense.
I got nerves kicking.
That's all right. We're going to walk you through it. We'll try to make this as painless as possible. We appreciate you putting yourself out there.
Absolutely. I appreciate your help.
Yeah. So take us from the beginning. Tell us how you met Veronica and how that first date went.
Yeah. So first off, I'd been married previously, and like 2 months into quarantine, we just couldn't fucking take it. It was kind of just too much all at once for us. So we split, and we're amicable, and we've moved on. So I've been on Match and some of the other online sites, and I've been trying to find somebody new to hang out with and
someone else to quarantine with.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, I definitely want to find someone else to spend some of the downtime with, if you know what I mean. Anyway, so on Veronica, we started chatting online. We had a few emails back and forth, but you can only find out so much, when you're online and from phone calls and text messages. But it was going good. I'm kind of a physical person, so I like to be in close space with the people I'm dating. So I was a little, I guess, in a rush to get us together. So finally, we did get together. We went to Sacred Beast for lunch. It was like a 2-hour lunch. We hit it off really good. We had awesome conversation. She seemed really into me. I was really into her. And she was just freaking great. She's beautiful. She's smart, witty. And she has this curly, black, beautiful hair that smelled so good.
Oh, you're a hair guy. Insane. You like it long and full. You like it curly. You like it straight.
You like it everywhere?
It's okay if it's everywhere, yeah.
Okay.
But, I could go either way. It could be Brazilian, too, if you know what I mean. But, yeah, anyway, so we had a good time. We hit it off. It was really great. She smelled good. She looked good. She was into me. And after about 2.5 hours, we talked in the parking lot for a while. Then we did the old COVID elbow bump goodbye, no kiss or anything. But I said I'd give her a shout, and I called her again, called her a few times now, straight to voicemail. I've left voicemails, I've sent a few texts, but I've got nothing back from her. And I'm confused because we had such a good time, and that hair, I can't get that hair out of my mind. So I'd like to find out what's going on with her.
I'm with you, brother. Kristen's got naturally curly hair. It is beautiful. I love it.
It's all about that shampoo.
It's something.
Can be, yep.
Tell me about the COVID bump. It still felt good right up until the COVID bump. There was nothing weird. Was it awkward? Was it strange? Was anything implied that you would see each other again from her?
Yeah, it seemed like we would see each other again, or at least talk. The COVID bump, it was a little awkward, I think, just partially for me because it's my first date in person, and I don't know. Usually I'd like to try to hug or kiss. I like closeness. So that's what I did because that's what we do now. But maybe she was thrown off by that. I don't know. But it seemed good. We even left, and there were smiles and laughs as we were walking back to our cars. So I don't know.
Smiles and laughter. That's important.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Do you guys talk about anything heavy, like politics, religion, desire to have kids? I should have asked you, did you have any kids from your previous marriage?
No kids yet.
Okay.
And some of that might have come up in our conversation. I think a little bit of politics. It's hard not to come up right now, but
yeah.
But I'm pretty middle of the road, so I can't imagine that I upset her from anything I would have said.
Okay.
There was one thing that I don't know if she caught, but I have a problem with zippers on my jeans.
Oh.
That for some reason I find that they fall down, and I did. There was one point during the day
really
the zipper was down, and I don't know.
Barn door was open.
I have a problem with
fell
zippers.
out, did it?
Is that a real thing?
I break zippers. All my tents, I break the zippers. I constantly break zippers. I don't think she saw it, but if she did, that could be something.
Why do you break zippers? I mean, you got something busting out of there?
Yeah.
No, well, with tents, it's like you get the fabric caught in the zipper. I think I'm just uncoordinated when it comes to that. But
all right.
how could that be offensive? You know what I mean?
Never heard that one before.
Uncoordinated.
That's new.
I know an individual in my life that has challenged zipping back up, where on more than one occasion you'll be like, "Hey, your zipper's down."
Problems
exactly what
with
it is.
memory?
I think just memory problems, not broken. It's like, hey, your fly is down.
Oops. Well, all right. We'll see if that had anything to do with it. Anything else we need to know?
No, I think that just occurred to me, but I think I covered most of it.
All
I
right.
gotta
You're not
figure out
the
what's
first
going on.
person to have that happen to him. Sounds like quarantine broke you guys up.
Yeah, it did. It really did.
Or maybe that was the straw that broke the camel's back, made you realize you two were not compatible anymore.
Well, I mean, we used to both go to work every day and get away from each other, and then we live in not a huge place, just a small little 3-bedroom house, and one of those rooms is our office, and we're using the shared 10-by-10 space every single day.
Nowhere to
There's
hide.
things I noticed. Yeah, there's things I noticed that just started rubbing me raw, I guess.
Right.
Her too, and so we, it just fights and fights and fights and fights and fights. It was not good. For after about the first two weeks were a lot of fun actually. We binged, watched stuff, and did all that, but then after that, we hit this crazy wall, and I started realizing things about her that I was not crazy about, and she realized things about me that she didn't like. So stuff for the best.
So the marriage ended. It was an amicable parting, which is good, and there were no children from the marriage. So Jason hops back into the dating scene, went on Match. That's where he met Veronica. You guys went on a date that sounded lovely. It was a nice lunch date at Sacred Beast. Got to know each other, seemed to have a lot in common, really connected. Jason did admit one awkward moment that happened was that his fly was down.
It was. Yeah, it was. It happens to me a lot.
That's funny.
That's so funny. Do you wear long shirts just in case?
I don't tuck my shirts in usually, just in case for that.
You need to do those untucked. Jeff, have you ever bought some of those untucked?
Oh,
I've
yeah.
tried them on. I'll have to go back and try them
And
again.
try those on
Yeah.
again and see if those are something that
Untuck
maybe-
it, Jeff.
Untuck it and zip it.
They have a store at Kenwood, I think.
They do. I have a
Yeah.
friend who actually works there. At the end of the date, they did like the COVID bump, which was a little awkward, but, not too bad. It felt good. He said there were smiles and laughter right up until the very end, so he was confused when he reached back out to set up a second date, and she didn't return any of his texts or phone calls. So unless there's anything else you think we need to know, Jason, we're going to call Veronica.
Let's do it.
Hello?
Hi, can we speak to Veronica, please?
This is who's calling?
Hey, Veronica, it's Jeff, Jenn, Fritch, and Tim at Q102. How are you this morning?
What? Oh my gosh.
We're
This is
all here. We
amazing.
got you on
Hi.
speakerphone.
Morning.
Hello.
Hi.
How are
I
you?
listen to you, so this is really wild. Wow. This is like making my day.
Oh, well, you got a few minutes to talk with us on the radio?
Obviously, yes, of course.
Well, good. I have to tell you, I hope this makes you feel good as well. You have an admirer out there, and he called us about you. His name is Jason, and he had a lovely lunch with you at Sacred Beast. He told us all about it, said you were lovely.
So I'm on second date update. Wow. Okay.
You are on second date
Again.
update. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, I did meet Jason, and it was an interesting lunch.
Now, Jason mentioned that his fly might have been down, and he's concerned that maybe that sent you running.
I can't say one way or the other. I honestly didn't notice. So, no.
Well, is there any particular reason you're avoiding Jason? Have you just been busy, or did he say or do something that rubbed you the wrong way? Because he was left with the impression you guys got along great.
I mean, yeah, we definitely did in some ways. I'll just say that I got to know a whole lot about him in those 2 hours. Like,
Okay.
probably way beyond what's appropriate on a lunch date the first time you meet someone.
Oh, great.
You mean like too much information?
Yeah, like a lot too much. Overload.
Like what are we talking? His poop habits or?
Oh, God. Is that kind of information or
Family
other kind
drama?
of information?
No, it wasn't that, but I'm sure he mentioned to you that his marriage is over thanks to COVID and related things. So apparently from what he told me, the only reason his marriage lasted as long as it did was because he has a really big sexual appetite.
It lasted as long as it did because he has a big appetite, sexual appetite.
Yeah, because he likes sex a few times a day, and she does too, his ex. So on that level, they worked really well.
Okay.
They were really compatible.
Physically
Okay.
compatible. Got it.
Yeah. But then from what he told me, when quarantine happened and they were actually spending lots of time together outside the bedroom, I guess, they just realized they wanted more than just great sex in a relationship. And, it was clear things weren't working out. So they agreed to separate. So all amicable, good for him. It's unusual. Things are amicable, I feel like.
Right. It's so true.
This is on me because I did ask this question, but I just jokingly asked him how in the world he was satisfying his voracious appetite as a single guy, during COVID.
Oh, God.
And stuff.
That's a dangerous question.
Well, we know the answer to that, I think.
Yeah. So he said he's really into masturbation, and he doesn't do porn, apparently, which I have to confess I was kind of surprised by.
He does not do porn?
No.
Okay.
He said he's really into erotic literature. Now, I'm not sure if that means books, or are we talking magazines is kind of what I was thinking. I don't know.
You mean picture books?
Exactly.
Right,
I didn't
okay.
ask questions because I was like, this is already a lot. But, and obviously, it's TMI, but obviously also I asked. So, I take, I own that. I did ask the question, and I got an answer, so that's kind of on me. But it goes a little beyond that. So he followed up I didn't ask questions after that about that. I was like, okay, I'll just leave that. I found out a little more than I wanted to, but I'll just leave that to the side. But he said that he's really into hair, and he was remarking about. I do have, my family teases me I got the hair in the family. I have amazing.
He mentioned your hair.
Curls. Yeah.
Yeah, he mentioned that you had beautiful hair.
So he complimented my hair, and then he said he's really into hair. And he mentioned that he has a wig that looks just like my hair. My hair is really long. And then he said he has to wash it almost daily. And it took me
Ew.
I'm kind of embarrassed, but it took a few seconds for it to catch up to me. And then I was like, ew, why? Why?
Oh.
Why would he do that? And then why would he
yeah,
tell
put the
me
pieces
that
together.
at lunch on a first date? I don't even want to think about it.
I spaced out for a minute. What's happening?
I think he bangs the hair, right? Is that what everybody's thinking?
If he has to wash it.
Okay.
I was so
getting off into
confused,
the
and then
hair.
it hit, and I'm like, oh, no.
It looked
Jeff
like
just
Jeff.
pushed
He was
his
like,
chair away
no.
from the desk.
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
That's interesting.
Everybody's got something.
They always tell you, if you really don't know what to say, sometimes there are two things you should say. Oh, that's interesting, or I understand.
You know
What
Jeff says, I
hear you.
see.
I see.
Jeff says, I see.
I'm going to go
I
with
see.
that's
I hear you.
interesting.
That's interesting.
Because I understand does not work here.
That's what a shrink says. And I was actually told this by a friend of mine who is a shrink, that that's what they say when they don't know what else to say to you.
That's interesting.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
That's my new thing is, thank you for telling me.
Thank you for sharing that.
Wow, though.
Yeah.
Owie.
Thank you for telling me.
I don't know. In the big scheme of things, and some of the interesting folks we've talked to about their kinks and whatnot on this show,
Yeah.
that seems low on the wild side list.
Well,
Yeah.
until you got to start washing your hair every day because of him.
Right.
Well, he's not going to do it to your hair if he has another
I
outlet
bet
there.
he does.
You think so?
Well, yeah.
I mean, there's
Where did he get
multiple-
the idea to get the wig?
At one time, it felt good. One time.
Let the
And
man
then-
speak for himself, Jason.
Yeah, wow. Geez, where do I start?
So are you
I feel
into
like-
the
I feel
gorilla
like I need to
gluing?
explain a few things. I mean, I love hair. I love the way it feels. It's not necessarily that I'm fucking the hair. It's that I wear it all day because I like the way the hair feels on me, so I have to wash it. And
You are not telling
He's
the
so
truth.
lying right
Hold
now.
on. You're saying you're
in my
wearing the
defense,
wig
though.
on your head?
yes.
Then you don't need to wash it every day. You're
Yeah,
fibbing.
as someone with long
It's
hair,
okay.
Also
don't
I'm
need to wash
also
it.
in a cover hair band, and we rehearse quite a bit. I sweat in it when I'm. Yeah, it's just kind of a fun.
Nice try.
No, because I'm like, oh, maybe. I don't know.
They haven't been doing a lot of gigs these days for the
It just
cover
all
hair
seems
band.
very convenient right now. You know what I'm saying? These explanations.
I like hair. I mean, that's what I'll leave it at. And I don't feel like I should apologize for that. So that's on me. And,
That's your
and
thing.
she doesn't like
It's
that.
your thing.
And, I have to clarify. It's spoken word literature, by the way. That's what I like. Adult literature. I like the sound of orgasms. I like the sound of somebody talking dirty and all of that. So just to get that clear, it's not necessarily porn magazines, picture books, but that's what the adult literature thing was.
Professor would probably disagree that that's literature, but that's like that's a whole different world of like whatever. Okay, whatever.
Literotica.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice job.
So then you listen to it online as opposed to reading it. Is that right, Jason?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I read it, but it's spoken word.
Gotcha.
You can get CDs of these, sometimes, and you can get them online. I mean, there's not many CDs anymore, but
All right, podcasts.
yeah, it's a whole genre.
You can find it.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
I don't know if it's a podcast. I'll have to look into that.
Well, Veronica, I guess this means there's no chance of a second date at this point.
No, I'm just really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's it for me.
I understand. I understand.
I see.
Thank you for telling me.
It's interesting.
Thank you for telling me.
Good luck, you guys.
I'm sorry, Veronica. I'm sorry we don't mix. I had a good time.
I had an interesting time.
All right, guys. Well, best of luck to you both.
Thank you.
It was great to talk to you.
Yeah, take it easy. We learned a lot here today.
Yeah.